Hey guys, how are you doing? Yesterday, IBM's stock price soars for more than 9%. And I do not think that the market expect IBM's performance for the last quarter of 2023 is so good, right? Because you look at the market, wow, IBM suddenly has so good actually the revenue is not very good, right? But the net profit is very good. So the stock price soars. And today let us examine a little bit on the finance report of IBM. And I do not think that I need to introduce IBM to you, right? Because all of us know IBM. When I was studying many years before, I have bought two computers. They are from IBM. So many years before, right? And that is very big, not a desktop, you know, that just like a rectangular shape, and then now it's standing up and then they're not, then they lay down, something like that. So many years before. Totally not like the IBM computer today, right? It's something like a very big rectangular box, very heavy, right? And then in some gray color, and it's really fat, not like now it's standing up, right? So let's take a look on the IBM, right? So our Falcon portfolio been increased to more than 100 already, 106%, right, for 60 months. So for any readers, then you want me to analyze for any stock, then you can leave your message under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me by usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. This is our covering, and I'm quite sure that the market does not expect IBM's performance is so good, right? Because suddenly a lot of commentators come out, and before they all look very dim, right, on IBM. So we'll take a look on that. So very quickly, the Dow Jones reached 38,000 already, right? Yesterday, rise at 242 points. And Nasdaq reached 15,510. Yesterday, the Nasdaq is not rising very sharply. It just rises at 28 points. And our Falcon 350,000 portfolio, right? So take good care on AMD. The PE ratio is more than 1,400 already, right? So our Falcon portfolio reached 106%. Let's go for some headlines first, right? So maybe not a lot of people knows, because of the AI, a lot of employees been fired already, right? More than 20,000 tech employees have already lost their jobs so far in 2024, right? 2024, just 1 month, more than 20,000 tech employees already been fired, right? So that is by a Checker, according to Checker layoff. And then Google and Microsoft and Apple, right? They are still going to laying off the tech employees because of the AI. So that is the trend, right? I think US will have a soft landing already, right? It happened already, right? Because then so far the people are talking about US will have the recession on the economy, but it did not happen on 2023. And then this year is 2024, then I think that US economy already get a soft landing, right? And then you can see that Biden is going to visit the site of some workers, right, for the election coming on this November 2024. Tesla, right? I want all of us to know that the EV story is over already, right? It included China. So Europe, EU, and US, very soon they will launch the tariff on the EV from China. So if they got any subsidized, we know that all of them getting subsidized from the China government, then they will raise the tariff. I don't know how much. I think that it's more than 25%. Then also for Tesla, for a lot of the EV, then they will slow down, including Tesla, right? Not only on China because of the China policy, but on the whole world. You know that Tesla, EV's been hot for so many years already for Tesla, right? And then there are a lot of EV on the road already. And we are talking about the autopiloting, and then now seems to a dead end. Not a lot of advancement. And then we know that Apple Car is delayed to 2 years later, right? So I think that the EV will still grow, but at a very reasonable rate, right? Not as before. All people talking about EV. Remember 2022, right? All people talking about EV, and the stock price very high. I think that is over. And then instead, what comes the true decade is for the AI. For the AI is like year 2000, like the internet time coming, right? Like year 2000. That is the AI. Where AI is growing into our world for our daily life already, right? Then look at the new Samsung smartphone, the S24 series. They built in the AI already, right? I know that the phone is very expensive, more than about 1,200 US dollar per one selling price, right? That means 10,000 in Hong Kong dollar, right? And then we know that the AI era already come, right? So a lot of cell phone will follow Samsung. Got the new advanced phone, more expensive, but built in the AI, right? So that is not like the EV. I'm not driving, right? Some of the people are not driving, but all of us have the smartphone. So smartphone go into internet, and then a lot of companies using AI for screening for their work. All right, so AI is the true baby, right, for the coming decade. For Apple, and then good news came 2 days before, and then becomes the number one, right? Becomes the number one selling volume in the world, but still the same thing. Then Apple need to have her own developing direction very clearly to the investor. India, right? Is it India, right? Or any AI is going into the Apple, right? Going to the iPhone, going to the iPad, going to the iPad mini, going for the Apple Watch, then she has to do something to hold or get the stock price goes further, right? I know that she is still the number one, right? But we also know that then the China market is shrinking, right? It's shrinking, not only on Apple, on all the smartphone, right? So Tim Cook need to do something, right? So we go to IBM. I just marked on the screen, PE 23, not expensive for the result just announced yesterday. Very good dividend, 3.49%, right? And then we see that, you can see that the stock price, I put a red circle, suddenly show up yesterday more than 9 to 10%. If we look at the 5 years stock price chart, you can see that if we ignoring the yesterday's rise up of the stock price, you can see that it's just a fat line, right? Just a fat line for the last 5 years, right? So not a lot of commentator or investor, or even for like Goldman, like JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, they realize, oh, IBM will show up on the stock price. They don't think so because it's already 4 years, right? And if we look at for past year, that means 1 year's record, it gradually rising up, but very slowly, right? So we take a look on the finance report of IBM. And then for the revenue, this is the forecasting, right? Forecasting before, right? Just right before. 17.4 billion, right, for Q4 2023. And the revenue mix in software and consulting, that is the most earning money department, 75%, and then the recurring, that means the existing business by 50%, right? Let's take a look. And that is the last quarter 2023, right, of IBM. You can see that for there are 4 main sectors. Software is the biggest one, right? IBM doing software is the biggest one, and then the consulting, and then infrastructure, and then the least one is financing, right? So forget about that, right? Very small, right? So we can see that for the software increased, consulting increased, infrastructure increased, financing also, right? So for the total revenue is 17.3, very close to the estimation, billion US dollar. And then 1 year before is 16.6, quite a good increment. And for the gross profit margin for software, consulting, infrastructure, financing, right, they all okay. And for the software, it goes up to 81.7%, right, for the software, so very good. And consulting not very good, 27 only, and infrastructure 60, right. And the total gross profit margin 59, very good, right. And you can see that at the most right hand side is the forecast for this quarter, not finished yet, right. And then for 2023, Q1, Q2 is nearly a 0. No revenue growth rate, 0, no increment. And for Q3 and Q4, it's also very small, right? And the forecasting is only 5% only for this quarter. So this is the forecasting for 2024, right? 2.35% Q1, 2.6% Q2, 3% Q3, 3.4% Q4, right? So add up together, that is quite significant, right? But for each quarter, not a big deal, right? Just few percent. And the free cash flow, okay, right? Free cash flow compared to 2022, then is 92.9 billion US dollar. Yes, 9.2 billion US dollar, and increased to 11.2 billion US dollar for free cash flow. That's okay. And then I put the result next to it, right? So 2023 for the whole year, the total revenue is 61.8 billion compared to 1 year before 60.5 billion US dollar. Not a big deal, right? Just few percent. But the net income increased to 7.5 billion US dollar. 1 year before is only 1.6. 2 years before, third year before is just 5.7. So that is that net income, 7.5 billion US dollar, make the stock price show up, because this is nearly 4 times bigger than 1 year before. Even better than 2021, 2020, and back to pre-pandemic, before the COVID-19, right? For cloud service, IBM is so-so. And for AI is, you can see that there is not much AI, sorry about that, right? Is the number 9 for IBM, right? And then for quantum computer, that means computing is number 1. But the point is, now is the AI, right? Now is the AI and the cloud. So not looking very good for IBM on the AI. We look at the performance report, right? We talked it already, right? For the last quarter, total revenue is 17.3 billion US dollar compared with 1 year before 16.6. Not a very big advancement, but for the net income, right? For the net income is doing very good, right? 3.28 billion US dollar compared to 1 year before the same quarter, 2.71 billion US dollar, right? And we look at the balance sheet, right? It's not very good. Then it's out of my expectation. I think it's very good, but it's not very good, right? For the current asset, 42.9 billion US dollar. Just let us assume it can cover 14.1 billion US dollar for the current liability, and then the long-term debt is 50.1 billion US dollar. So we assume that is for return in 10 years, and the interest rate now is 5%. So the yearly payback is 7.5 billion US dollar, and exactly the net income is 7.5 billion US dollar, right? Not very good, right? Not in a very excellent finance report. So what we are talking about is IBM, if need to sustain the performance, it needs to go back to pre-pandemic. That means 2019's performance, all right? And then she need to have the AI. She need to, no matter what, she need to have some AI, right? I know that she is very skillful in software, right? We know that, right? You cannot compare with IBM because she is for so many years for the software. And software is the main one for her income, right? So net cash provided by operating activity, okay, but not very good, right? This is a million, 4.4 billion US dollar compared to 1 year before 3.9. That's okay, right? Not a lot, but that's okay. And then if we compare the 1, 2, 3, 4 segment of the income stream from IBM, software okay, consulting okay, infrastructure no, right? Just decrease a little bit. Financing okay, but the amount is very small. So the main point is for software, you can see that increased a little bit, right? 26 billion, and 1 year before is 25, right? Consulting 19.9, 1 year before is 19.1, right? Maybe she cut some employees, I don't know. But you can see that the improvement is not a lot, right? The improvement is not a lot. So it's not very easy for IBM to further advance on the software. And you can see that the software and the consulting, when they add together, is more than 80% of the income from IBM, right? So she needs to have the AI or better cloud service for improvement. That's a must, right? If like that, then I think that she may have still have some improvement on the net income, but not a lot, right? So My comment on IBM is still watching, right? It's still watching, maybe just this time. Net cash provided by operating activity, right? Per share, 4.5, 1 year before 4, then still okay, right? And you can see the adjusted EBITDA is 5.5, and then 1 year before is 5. That means better, right? The operating efficiency is better. Then we can see the EBITDA, then it's very clear. The P/E ratio of IBM now is only 23.67, not high, right? But the key point is that good result need to be sustainable, right? And I'm still not sure on that. We still need to watch, right? Actually, IBM is the king. When at my studying age or in the century of 90, right, IBM is the king. But then a lot of Dell comes up, right? Then IBM's been not so good, right? And then be bought by Lenovo, something like that, right? So that's the story. But she got a good dividend, 3.49%, right? That's a good thing, right? The payout ratio, I don't know, I need to check, right? So if you want to buy IBM, then I think you better wait a moment, right? Wait for 1 season more. If in the first quarter of 2024, she still get a good result, then it's better for you to pay your debt there, right? At that time, right? Okay, thanks guys for watching, and then please give us the like, comment, and share, and subscribe, and then press the bell icon next to it, so whenever there's video uploaded, you will get the information notice from YouTube, right? Okay, this is Friday. I hope everyone have a very peaceful weekend. See you guys next Friday. Bye bye.